China is grappling with an unprecedented heat wave that has swept across its regions, pushing temperatures to extreme levels and exposing the fragility of both human endurance and the economy. From sizzling manhole covers to tragic losses of life and livelihood, the heat has become a relentless force, compounding the struggles of a nation already teetering on the edge of economic hardship. This report delves into the multifaceted impacts of the heat wave, the personal stories of those affected, and the broader economic despair that is reshaping daily life in China. The unbearable heat. In recent weeks, China has been engulfed by a heat wave of extraordinary intensity. Regions such as Henan, Shanghai, and Hubei have recorded air temperatures exceeding 40 degrees, with surface temperatures in some areas soaring past 60 degrees and even reaching 72 degrees in places like Jiangsu. The heat is not just a number on a thermometer, it has tangible, often devastating consequences. In Henan, a netizen shared a startling observation. The scorching temperatures killed a large number of mosquitoes in his home, leaving the floor littered with their bodies. While this might seem like a small reprieve, it underscores the unnatural extremity of the climate. In rural areas, the heat has taken a toll on livestock. A villager in Henan recounted the tragic loss of 5 geese to heat stroke, despite them being in a pond. To prevent further losses, he now sprays well water into the pond daily to cool the remaining geese. "In over 10 years of raising geese, I've never seen them die like this," he said, his voice heavy with disbelief. The heat has also caused unexpected damage to infrastructure. In Zhengzhou, Mr. Tian discovered that the inner pane of his bathroom window had shattered into a spiderweb pattern, unable to withstand the thermal stress. Perhaps the most harrowing story comes from Hubei, where a 72-year-old woman, Grandma Wang, suffered third-degree burns after sitting on a rock for just over 10 seconds. On July 7, 2025, with temperatures reaching 38 degrees Celsius at noon, Grandma Wang was working in her vegetable garden. Overwhelmed by the heat, she sat down to rest, only to feel an intense burning sensation. Unable to stand immediately due to weak legs, she endured the heat for a brief but catastrophic moment. A neighbor's quick intervention saved her from further harm, but the damage was done. That night, her buttocks were painfully swollen, and by morning her family rushed her to the 6th People's Hospital in Xiangyang. Doctors found 4 palm-sized patches of red swollen Eshar-like burns, diagnosing them as 3rd degree, the most severe kind. Emergency surgery was required to remove dead tissue and perform skin grafts. Grandma Wang is expected to recover after a week in the hospital, but her story is a stark reminder of the heat's dangers. The human cost workers in the heat. The heat wave has made outdoor work not just grueling, but life-threatening. For many in China, particularly those in low-wage, labor-intensive jobs, taking a break is not an option. Delivery riders, waste collectors, and factory workers continue to toil under conditions that push the limits of human endurance. A food delivery rider in Shanghai described the chaos of working in 38 degrees Celsius heat. "My phone screen keeps blacking out. It's frozen. I can't even confirm orders." The combination of delayed restaurant orders, malfunctioning technology, and unrelenting heat has driven some to the brink of collapse. "I'm about to pass out. I'm feeling extremely dizzy," the rider confessed. Blogger Wei Shangzi, a voice of caution for delivery workers, issued a stark warning. "If you feel dizzy, don't push through. Find shade, squat down, breathe slowly, and cool your body. Otherwise, you might faint from heat stroke." His advice is critical in a season when summer orders spike as people avoid going outside. In Shanghai, ground temperatures have reached 39 to 40 degrees Celsius, even as air temperatures hover around 37 to 38 degrees. Unprotected riders are collapsing, and the lack of adequate cooling measures only exacerbates the risk. For factory workers, the situation is equally dire. Factories are often stifling with machines radiating heat and inadequate ventilation. Workers resort to using multiple fans or buying ice to stay cool, but these are stopgap measures. Young people avoid factory jobs now, a worker in Wuhan remarked. It's too hot, too harsh. The sentiment is echoed across industries. The heat makes every job harder. And for those already struggling to make ends meet, it's a brutal reminder of their precarious existence. Economic despair. A nation on the brink. Beyond the physical toll of the heat wave lies a deeper crisis. China's economy is faltering, and the heat is only making things worse. In cities like Jiangsu, once bustling tourist hotspots have turned into ghost towns. Buses sit idle, and parking lots are filled with silence rather than visitors. Peak season has turned into ghost season, a local business owner lamented. The economic downturn is palpable, with shops closing, workers being laid off overnight, and customers unable to afford even basic necessities. A delivery rider in Wuhan on his second day of work summed up the struggle. It's noon, 38 degrees C outside. I've run around for 4 hours and earned just 50 yuan. One order is only 10 yuan after battery cost, sweat, and exhaustion. Is it worth it? I don't know. For many, the answer is clear. The grueling work compounded by the heat is barely sustainable. Ex-soldiers and others hoping to break into delivery or manual labor often quit within months, unable to cope with the physical and financial strain. Climbing 5 floors with over 100 pounds of goods for just a few yuan in this heat is a job few can endure. The retail sector is equally bleak. Luxury malls, once symbols of China's economic boom, now stand eerily quiet. A visitor to a 6th-floor mall in a major city noted, maybe 6 customers in the whole building. 10 staff rush to greet you not out of courtesy but desperation. Big brands are bleeding and small businesses are collapsing. Physical retail won't survive another 2 years, maybe less, a shop owner predicted. Factories are shutting down. State firms are reporting losses, and even college graduates are struggling to find work. A fresh graduate in Hangzhou, after years of study, found himself working subway security, a job far below his qualifications, but increasingly common in a shrinking job market. The desperation is most visible among the homeless and unemployed. Near Qinghu subway station, a young woman begged for just 2 yuan to buy a meal, her voice trembling with hunger. I haven't eaten in 3 days, she said, sitting near Lua bus station, a place where survival is a daily battle. Her story is not unique. Across China, countless individuals have lost their jobs, gone bankrupt, or been pushed to the brink of survival. Some sleep under bridges or overpasses, but even these makeshift shelters are disappearing. In one neighborhood, a spot once used by the homeless was sealed off with wire mesh and scattered with sharp stones, a cruel deterrent to those with nowhere else to go. The urban heat trap. Why does it feel hotter every year? The answer lies in China's urban landscape. In the past, homes and roads made of dirt allowed cool air to rise from the ground, providing natural ventilation. Today, concrete dominates, trapping heat and turning cities into ovens. The urban heat island effect, exacerbated by dense populations and limited greenery, has made places like Chongqing, surrounded by mountains in the Sichuan Basin, unbearable. Chongqing recorded a high of 44.5 degrees, with its geography and population density amplifying the heat. The so-called furnace cities are no longer a metaphor, but a lived reality. Turpin, located 154 meters below sea level, holds the record at 49.6 degrees C, with surface temperatures hitting 89 degrees C. Its sunken basin and minimal rainfall make it a literal hot pot, with over 90 days a year exceeding 40 degrees C. Fuzhou, nicknamed the King of Furnaces by netizens, reached 42.3 degrees C, its subtropical monsoon climate making it both hot and humid. Xi'an, at 43.4 degrees C, saw surface temperatures exceed 70 degrees C, while Nanjing's 40.9 degrees C and Hangzhou's 42.9 degrees C have left residents sweltering even at night. Mr. Lu from Henan, speculated to overseas media on July 17, 2025, that the Three Gorges Dam may have altered the local climate, making it hotter than the traditional four-furnace cities. A villager in Hubei, Mr. Liu, added, "These days feel like the dog days of summer. The women have stopped dancing in the squares at night. It's too hot. I even hear funeral music every day now. Maybe some frail elderly people just couldn't take it." The heat wave is not just a weather event. It's a public health crisis, claiming lives and disrupting communities. Voices of resilience and despair. Despite the hardships, there are voices of resilience. A delivery rider in Shanghai earning 14,000 to 15,000 yuan a month acknowledged the grueling nature of his work, but dismissed the exaggerated claims of influencers. "Don't believe those saying they make 1,000 yuan a day and save 40,000 a month. That's hype. Every penny we earn is sweat and labor. We work like cattle." His words reflect a grim reality for those with no education or specialized skills. Survival depends on relentless effort in increasingly harsh conditions. Yet despair is never far away. A business owner in Jiangsu struggling to keep his shop open remarked, "People say it can't get any worse. But maybe this is the best it'll be for the next 20 years. The sentiment is echoed by workers and entrepreneurs alike, who see no light at the end of the tunnel. Even attempts to stimulate consumption fall flat. One individual recounted spending 500 yuan to support local businesses, only to find empty malls and desperate staff. The economy is not just slowing, it's breaking apart. Practical advice in a crisis. Amid the heat and economic turmoil, practical advice has become a lifeline. "Don't save on fan or AC bills this summer," a concerned son urged his parents who work outdoors. "If you get sick, the hospital bill will cost far more than the electricity." Health, he emphasized, must come first. For delivery riders, the advice is equally urgent. Take breaks, find shade, and prioritize safety over income. If the temperature hits 40 degrees and you can't handle food delivery, go offline, go home, rest and turn on the air conditioner, one rider advised. For those still working, the mantra is clear. Don't say it's hot. Don't say it's hard. At your age, you can't afford to lose anymore. The harsh reality is that every job comes with challenges, but having no money is harder and borrowing is the hardest of all. Yet even this stoic determination cannot mask the growing sense that survival itself is becoming a luxury. Conclusion. China's heat wave is more than a climatic anomaly. It is a magnifying glass exposing the vulnerabilities of a nation. From the tragic burns suffered by Grandma Wang to the daily struggles of delivery riders and the silent despair of the homeless, the heat has brought to light the human cost of extreme weather and economic decline. Cities are turning into ovens, businesses are collapsing, and ordinary people are fighting to survive. As the government remains silent, desperation spreads, and the stories of those affected paint a sobering picture of a country at a crossroads. The heat will eventually subside, but the deeper challenges, economic stagnation, unemployment, and the erosion of hope may linger for years to come.